Today is election day, and it's no coincidence that it's on the same day as the full moon and also the lunar eclipse. I'm not going to speak about politics, but rather explain the history behind the effects of mathematics with science that created astrology and how the leaders of the world use astrology as portals.
What is CERN? Well, in 2016, CERN, European Organization for Nuclear Research in Geneva, started a project to accelerate charged particles. 10 days later, a photographer took pictures of the sky above CERN with formations of strange clouds. And this could be proof that the biggest experiment in the world was causing strange and even paranormal activity. Are they opening a portal into another universe? Is there an underlying agenda here? Is this positive or negative?
This is for those that's lost like the Bermuda Triangle.
I'm spiritual and I'm real.
I'm here to wake y'all up.
Pot of gold right here, man. This is it, man. This is glory.
And this is the first episode of the evolvement of spiritual mind and motives. It's only right I do my first episode with my other half, who through spirituality I'm growing with. Like Jay-Z said, I told my wife the spiritual shit really works.
First total lunar eclipse visible in the U.S. on an election day, and then last until 2025. As for that reddish hue that you see, NASA says the color comes when the entire moon is in the Earth's shadow.
This beaver moon is also a total lunar eclipse, giving us a 6-month time frame for manifestation for any intentions we set during this ecliptic cycle. That means that as Earth moves between the moon and the sun, it will cast a visible shadow onto the full moon. The shadow often casts a reddish hue upon the moon, which is why lunar eclipses are sometimes called blood moons, according to NASA. Blood representing life, blood is an unstoppable force that lives in each human being that flows out of our control. The color red is in the chakra and that represents the root chakra, which is the physical, experience, work, environment, body, etc. This time can be used to link spiritual beings, which is the ancestors, with human beings through the interaction with environment, the universe and the moon, to make changes and let go of what isn't working. A full moon occurs when the moon is fully illuminated by the sun, which happens when the Earth is positioned directly between the sun and the moon. We usually have 12 full moons in one calendar year, although some years we can have 13. Every first full moon of November is called the beaver moon. The beaver moon is due to beavers building their winter dams by the light of the moon. The November full moon has come to be known as the beaver moon in reference to the increased activity seen in beavers at this time of year. Native Americans, looking to keep track of time, named full moons every month based on what was happening in nature. Learning from nature is how Kemet taught civilization.
Recently, Elon Musk visited the Pope, which some people speculate he could have been doing secret rituals together. This also happened in a location which is near CERN and was right before July 5th. Is Elon involved in this experiment in some way? What are his intentions?
What are the connections between Sirius and Independence Day? July 4th is Independence Day, the day that the USA celebrates its birthday. It is also around that time that the sun meets with the highest mystical star, Sirius. Could it be any coincidence that the American's birthday coincides with this fated day? Now, on this article, Intuitive Astrology, the Sirius Gateway, July 3rd to the 7th. Every year during the first week of July, a sacred gateway of energy is activated between Earth and the star Sirius, bringing heightened vibrations and spiritual advancement. So by gateway is meaning the Sirius portal. So Sirius is the biggest star in our sky. The Sirius star system is an advanced star civilization that is a mirror for Earth in terms of our collective evolution. So this is the history behind Independence Day and the 4th of July. The article states, in the eyes of Freemasonry, especially those of the founding fathers, steeped in the ancient mystery traditions of Egypt, right? Our modern climax of fireworks explosions is yet another ancient fire fertility ritual to bring back the return of the sun, same as Beltane, New Year's Eve, and winter solstice, etc. The fireworks, missiles, and explosives have always been known as esoterica to symbolically represent the macrocosm and the microcosm and the orgasm of the organisms in the womb of creation, aka the night sky. When Sirius and the sun meet around the 4th to the 7th of July every year, the energy of Sirius is believed to become highly potent and influence planet Earth on a much more significant level. Earth's sun being in Cancer at this time symbolizes a time of intuitive reflection and nourishment. The sun in Cancer represents a time where we can connect with our emotions and transform them into spiritual enlightenment. It also says in the article, in recent times, Sirius has come to be associated with fame, eminence, and riches. But depending on its connections within the chart, it could also be success that burns. When Sirius heats up, it's a searing white heat that causes a very hot temper. In the past, Sirius was associated with feverish temperatures, which brought pestilence, and the star was not regarded as a good omen at all. Sirius is Isis, the beloved wife of Osiris, Orion. Now, this is the original from Kemet that inspired religion, the original Trinity, original Immaculate Conception of a virgin birth. Osat being the Greek name Isis, the Roman name Mary. Asar, the Greek name being Osiris, and Heru being the child to represent man, woman, and child, creation, evolution. And Heru, who was named Horus by the Greeks, and also Heru is the story that inspired the Jesus Christ story, born from a virgin birth, from Virgin Mary. It reads, Osiris, who established civilization for ancient Kemet first, is depicted as doing the same for the rest of humankind. Right? So Osiris is the Orion in the solar system, in the universe. Osiris as jet black represents universal mind, as it contains all, just like black contains and absorbs all visible colors. He is indicative of being one with the Creator. The Dogon, the original inhabitants of Kem, Egypt. During the dynastic era, they migrated to Mali, Africa. The little star Sirius B was seen for the first time in 1862 with the largest telescope at that time. But the African tribe Dogons had all the knowledge about this star from thousands of years ago. They even knew the existence of the Milky Way and that it's a spiral-like shape. You gotta remember, the Bible was man-made. And everything started from the universe. So that's why the ancient Africans, they studied the universe and they taught from the stars' point of view. The Sirius AB star, which is the creation. Sirius had long been revered by many ancient cultures and is considered our spiritual sun. Remember, the sun gives life, the sun gives enlightenment, it gives nourishment. If the sun, our earth orbits warms our body, Sirius way out in the depth does the same thing to the galaxy. Even though the star Sirius is so far from our planet, it seems to have an important place in the stories of many ancient cultures all across the world. Every year between July 3rd and the 7th, a Stargate portal opens between Earth and Sirius. So remember, all of this is basically a portal Stargate ritual that's being done. I salute all that's on their spiritual journey. Rather you follow Islam, Nation of Gods and Earths, Hebrew Israelites, the Rastafarian community, or astrology. All of those faiths has produced many great souls, and I encourage all that's about forward progress. I'm beyond the surface. With a spiritual mind, maturity is birthed. Listen, I'm not into the expression for what was and what isn't. The main focus is seeing what's taking place with worldly current events and giving historical facts to build with truth.